prove that 4 times 2 tan inverse 1/3 plus tan inverse 1/7 is equal to pi. Okay. So what you need to do here is you still need to start from the left hand side. If you start from the left hand side, you have 4 times tan inverse 1/3 plus tan inverse 1/7. Okay. And now from multiple angle formula, so you have, if you remember, 2 tan inverse x was, in terms of simply tan inverse, by using the multiple angle formula, was tan inverse 2x by 1 minus x square. So you see this 2 here. Okay, this 2 tan inverse we are going to convert to tan inverse. Okay, so this, if you convert from 2 tan inverse to tan inverse, let us give a box bracket here. Okay, tan inverse of 2 into 1/3 divided by 1 minus 1/3 square, right? This, right? Remember the formula?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now this is plus this tan inverse 1 by 7, we write as it is. Okay. And now what we do here is that we now simplify this tan inverse here. We simplify this taking the LCM in the numerator and the denominator. We get
So
tan
minus
inverse,
1.
tan inverse minus 1.
Minus 1. Yes, sir, because, no, plus 1, not minus 1.
I
Plus
don't think so. This will be
1.
tan
Yes,
inverse
sir,
3/4.
because 2
Tan
by
inverse
3.
3/4 you will get. Simplify, you will get tan inverse 3/4. And you have tan inverse 1 by 7 as it is. Okay, now what you do is you apply what formula now will you apply? Now you will apply.
Sir, but
Tell me.
in above case, 2
Hmm.
into 1 by 3, no, then 2 by 3.
Yes, 2 by 3 divided by, if you take the
And
LCM in
then,
the denominator, this will come to 2
oh,
by
sorry,
3
sir,
by
but
9
it did
minus
not
1
see
by
the
3.
square. 1 by 3 square, I didn't see that.
Okay, so you'll get 2 by 8. That means 1/4 you are getting, right?
1 4, yes.
1/4 you are getting, isn't it? Not
Hmm.
3/4. Okay, fine. You get 1/4. So tan inverse 1/4 plus 1/7. Now here you'll apply tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y by 1 minus xy. This is the formula that you're going to apply here. What was the condition? That 1 minus xy, that 1 minus xy must be greater than 0, isn't it? This was the condition. So 1 minus xy, is
Yes,
it greater than 0 here? 1 minus xy? Yes, it is greater than 0, right? See, 1 minus 1/4 into 1/7 is greater than 0, isn't it? This is 1/4, this is 1/7. So 1 minus xy is greater than 0, right? So that is what we proceed with. So what you do here is you write this as tan inverse of 1/4 plus 1/7 divided by 1 minus 1/4 into 1/7. Fine. By this the formula that I have written below. Now what I do is I also give here a note so that the condition is, so that you know that the condition is satisfied. So here 1 minus 1/4 into 1/7 is greater than 0. Okay. So now you simplify this. This you should get um, how much? 4 times tan inverse LCM in the numerator is 28, and this is 7 plus 4 divided by 28 minus 1,
So 11 by 27.
11 by 27,
Yes.
28 minus 1. So this is 4 times tan inverse 11 by 27. But we're not getting pi.
Yes.
I'm not getting pi. Okay. I
So
think there's
we
some.
can write
Hmm?
formula
Tell me.
of, like we used to write 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan 2 tan something like that. 2 tan. Then here we can break it into 2 into 2 tan like that.
No, tan inverse 11 by 27 can never be equal to pi by 4. Tan inverse 11 by 27 can never be equal to pi. Because see, this is the form that we should get. We have 4 here, right? So this should ideally come to tan inverse 1. Because tan inverse 1, is pi by 4. So that these two should cancel so that you get a pi. Understood? That is what we should be getting ideally. But here it's not working. That means something is wrong with the sum. Something is wrong with these two figures. Either of the two or both.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but anyway, our steps are correct here. Okay, so we leave it here. We simply write this as equal to RHS. Let us change this problem also. Prove that this is equal to 4 tan inverse 11 by 27. Okay, that is what. So that is one application of this formula. I don't know, some of the problems are given wrongly in the book. Anyway, let us move on to the next set of formula. The next set of formula here is relating to sine inverse and cos inverse. And this is relating to your compound angle formula for sine and cos. If you remember compound angle formula for tan, we have already discussed. This here is compound angle for sine and cos. The sine inverse formula is sine inverse x plus sine inverse y is equal to sine inverse x root 1 minus y square plus y root 1 minus x square. Okay. Recall your compound angle formula. Sine a plus b is equal to sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. If you recall this formula looks like your compound angle formula. See, if you consider this as
Sin A
sine a,
plus B.
this becomes your cos b. If this is your cos a, this becomes your sine b, right? Isn't it?
Yes,
This looks like this formula. So if you remember your compound angle formula, you'll be able to recall this formula very easily. Okay. So similarly, the other formulas also, they also look very similar to your compound angle formula. We have a formula for sine inverse x minus sine inverse y is equal to simply a sine inverse of x root 1 minus y square. This time, because of a negative sign, we have a minus sign here, minus y root 1 minus x square. Okay. Again, you can recall sine a minus b formula. Next, third formula here is cos inverse x plus cos inverse y. If you change this entirely to cos inverse, we get xy minus root over of 1 minus x square into root 1 minus y square. Recall again cos a plus b formula. Just going to write very briefly here. Recall cos a plus b is equal to cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Okay. So if you recall this, if you take this as your cos a, this as your cos b, this becomes your sin a, and this becomes your sin b. Okay. And this negative sign is for this negative sign. Okay. So similarly, you have formula for cos inverse x plus cos inverse y is equal to cos inverse xy plus root 1 minus x square root 1 minus y square. Okay, so you can recall your cos. Sorry, this is a minus cos inverse x minus cos inverse y. You can recall your cos a minus cos b formula, cos a minus b formula for compound angle, and do this. Okay, just run some very quickly and very briefly based on this. Uh, Problem is cos inverse 12 by 13 plus sin inverse 3 by 5. Prove that. Sorry, forgot to write. Prove that cos inverse 12 by 13 plus sin inverse 3 by 5 is equal to sin inverse 56 by 65. Okay, this is your solution. We start from the left hand side. Cos inverse 12 by 13 plus sin inverse 3 by 5. Okay, so what you do here is, because you see this is a sum of cos inverse and sin inverse. You see this is a sum of cos inverse and sin inverse. You change one of them, or you change both to cos inverse or you change both to sin inverse. Okay, you change both to sin inverse or you change both to cos inverse. Any way it will work. But the point here is, you see that on the left, what you need to prove here is in terms of sin inverse. Okay, so that means you need to convert both to sin inverse and not cos inverse. Okay, so let us convert this cos inverse, the first cos inverse, to sin inverse. So you recall this formula once again. Recall that cos inverse x is equal to sin inverse root 1 minus x squared. Right? You recall this formula? So cos inverse, when I am changing to sin inverse, it becomes sin inverse root over 1 minus x squared. Okay, and this sin inverse we write as it is, 3 by 5. Okay, in the next step we just simplify sin inverse. If you simplify this, 1 minus 12 by 13 whole square, square root, this should come to, I think, 5 by 13
5 by 13, yes, sir.
plus sin inverse 3 by
3 by 5.
5. Now we use the above formula, sin inverse x plus sin inverse y. If you recall this formula, you had sin inverse x plus sin inverse y was equal to sin inverse x root 1 minus y square plus y root 1 minus x square. So we write it in that form. Sin inverse, treat this as your x and this as your y. So you have x root 1 minus y square plus y root 1 minus x square, right? This is what you will get. So now you simplify this once again. Sin inverse of, you have 5 by 13, and if you simplify this, 1 minus 3 by 5 square, you should get a 4 by 5. Okay, plus 3 by 5, and if you simplify this, you're going to get 12 by 13. So this becomes your sin inverse of 20 by 65 plus 36 by 65, so which is sin inverse 56 by 65, which was the
56 by 5.
which is what we require, isn't it? Is equal to sin inverse 56 by 65, which is equal to our right hand side. Okay, so that is what. Now I'll stop here.